more about friends. Country been down so long, it's a must I win. Hold my place like cast iron, won't break, won't bend. Stuck them racks in our all black Camudo bag. Louis V, Drake, Dover starch, Bowman pants. Used to rock them camo.
Welcome to episode 103 of the First Rounders. Caleb gets no love from me. This your boy B. Willingham, aka Ryan Klesko.
What's up? Lord.
Woo!
Yeah, right. Yo, it's King Leon here, man. What's going on, man? We got a good episode tonight, man. I'm glad to be here.
What's good, everybody? This is your boy, the real Reggie, aka Young Clifton. Glad to be here for another live episode of your favorite, sports podcast, First Rounder. And we have another very, very special guest for us coming in for the first time, though, man. Somebody who I've known for a long, long time. Shit, man, we go back to high school, man. That's how long I've known this good, man. And he's also one of the big reasons why my sports game is exactly what it is today, man. Like I said, he's literally one of the best sports minds that I personally know. And, we've been trying to, get this going for a while, man. And I'm just glad now that the stars have finally aligned for us to get my homeboy, again, somebody else who's been fucking with the show for a minute. He's been fucking with all of us, for a minute, in the Facebook group. And like I said, man, just somebody who I've known go all the way to high school with, man. But my homeboy, man, Lloyd Clark, a.k.a. Kenobi.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Yo, thank you for that introduction, Reggie, my boy, man. A couple decades deep, man. You're far too kind, man. I doubt I'm one of the best sports minds you've been around, man. You know a lot of smart brothers, especially in this group here, man. I just want to say, hey, once again, it's Lloyd, aka Kenobi. I appreciate Willingham and Leon, all you guys for having me in here and join this, this special thing that y'all put together, man. Y'all been on fire for a while. I see y'all on the precipices of fucking taking over the sports podcast genre in general. I'm just hopefully I don't fuck any of this up. You know what I mean?
You good? It was good, man. We got him off. We got you out the transfer protocol, and seems like currently right now, Tariq is like temporary on the transfer protocol. No, I'm just playing. Tariq will be here shortly. So he's
in the CP protocol. That's where he at.
Yeah, yeah. In the babysitting protocol. So, but the show must go on. And, it's March Madness right now, and been having pretty good games. I'm gonna say for the women's. Well,
fact.
Yeah,
and we really don't really talk too much about. We talk about women's sports every now and then, but we're gonna start off with the women's Final Four.
Okay,
Caitlin, South Carolina.
Caitlin the GOAT.
Oh yeah, they go far. All right, we got Iowa against South Carolina, LSU versus Virginia Tech. Man, right. That's gonna be a crazy game, man.
Yeah, like an Angel.
Can we just break those up and make both those the national championship games? Like, don't even have a men's national championship game. Right. Just have the Iowa South Carolina be the men's championship game.
Hold on, Lord. The winner of South Carolina Iowa play the men's champion for the overall NCAA championship this year.
Hey,
I'm gonna set the over under for the winner of that game for the women's game, and like they gotta be favored by at least 10, over the men. Whoever come out in the men's.
Right.
Who checking Caitlin? That's what I want to know. Who checking Caitlin?
No, I don't know. Not Isaiah Wong. Not Isaiah Wong.
Isaiah Wong. Yeah.
Yeah. That just tells a lot about the guys' side. But yeah, women are throwing it now. The women are doing it.
Yeah.
You said that was last episode too, right? You were like, look out, the women's tournament is gonna be for real too. So be on that. And lo and behold, they took over. They took over on viewership. They took over on talking on social media about it. Like they did their thing with it, man. So it's a rightful time for that to happen.
No, but like y'all saying, man, Caitlin Clark had the very first 40-point triple-double in any tournament game ever.
That girl was dropping like 28 8-8, bro.
And talking that shit too.
Russell Westbrook stats, but she's better than Russell Westbrook
because her team wins when she does it.
Yeah.
That's the game changer right there.
Yeah.
Ooh, and like I said, her against South Carolina, that defense, Don Staley.
Man,
it's kind of bittersweet because I kind of wanted this to be like the national championship game. You know what I'm saying? Instead of it being like determine who gets to play the national championship game, because I feel like these are probably on the women's side, these are the two best teams in the whole tournament. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised either one of them took the whole trophy home.
And don't sleep. Don't sleep on don't be sleeping on LSU because LSU got a good little team too.
Yeah,
Angel Reese.
Yeah, that goes a beast.
That deal.
And Virginia Tech is good too because they won the women's ACC tournament. And they've been pretty good. Yeah, nobody really talk about Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech got a chance to beat LSU.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's the reason why they're 1 seed and they're 1 seed.
Look, I'm just glad.
Yeah, I think that's
getting a proper due. Like I'm saying, like
it's
good that they've been having the skill set for a while, and only like the initiator that loves the basketball thing knows that the women's basketball is legit, pure, to the basics, shot calling, you know what I'm saying, play calling. Like if you want to see some true basketball, and I'm not shitting on the men's or anything like that, but you want to go back to the fundamentals and the breakdowns of like a foundational basketball game. You can watch the women's game. You can watch the women's the college women's teams, and like you see that shit go down for real. So it's good to see that in the focal point now.
Honestly, you want to know why? Why, King Leon? You want to know why that we're seeing probably more of a pure game in the women's tournament, because again we haven't seen the Steph Curryization of the women's side like we have with the men's side.
That part.
Yeah. That's
the main reason. That is that, and it's like it's kind of happening with all sports across the board. But I feel like with basketball, and you can say with baseball, it comes to the analytics. They're going a little too hard on the analytics and stuff like that. So on the men's side, they just kind of watered it down too much to just shoot a three and get fouled. That's basically like do the James Harden, Trae Young thing all over again. You know what I'm saying? And that stuff gets kind of boring. Like I get that the numbers add up, that it's supposed to be the most efficient way to do it, stuff like that. But that shit ain't fun to watch though. No. Like everybody just shooting 53s a game and making 12 of them, and that's how we doing. Like that stuff gets old. I kind of miss the old school way where everybody, like depending on who you play, with a different style that you might come across. You know what I'm saying? Like this might be, they might have some twin towers and play inside out, and this other team might be perimeter oriented. This other team might be, hey, we got one star and we funnel everything through them, and we have a couple stars over here and do it instead of just everybody just shoot threes and get fouled. And the women's game is more like how it used to be.
We have somebody, like I said, we had real offensive sets being ran back way back when.
That part.
Instead of everybody setting picks on the top of the key, we actually had real plays, being ran.
That is true.
None of this high pick and roll shit that we have on here every day, but real plays.
Right. And I just want to let y'all know that the women's NCAA tournament set a regional attendance record this season. I think the one that was in Seattle and Greenville, which is where I'm from. No, I'm not from Greenville, but
you live there now.
I live near but no, they had like a combined 82,000 fans. That's a lot. Damn. Yeah, it's a lot. So, but start putting some respect on these women's name, especially South Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, especially with South Carolina, they got Deuce Staley out there. I mean, I fucking do it all the time. Don Staley. They got damn Don Staley.
I'm thinking they related, man. I've been thinking the same, man. I think they related, Lloyd. No respect to Don. Like I said, Don.
Hell no.
Wins, man. So don't just bring that at all. But I've been thinking about Deuce too. I'm like, they got to be related somehow.
I mean, if there is any disrespect, it's motherfucking comparing Don to Deuce, because Don has far excelled Deuce in every way. Like that nigga Deuce he was hot for like 4 games 20 years ago, and all I remember is he had like back-to-back 200-yard rushing games. And like, well, how the fuck did you do that? It's like, well, I drink pickle juice. Like, nah, nigga, that's not it. We got lucky. You know what I'm saying? But everybody know that Dawn is a beast. She was a beast as a player, and then since she came in there to South Carolina to be a coach, she changed the game. Remember, not too long ago, like probably like in the last 10 years, like he was starting to say like, oh man, the women's game is boring. It sucks because all of this is UConn. UConn going to win all the time. We need to change things up for UConn, blah, blah, all that stuff. And then Dawn Staley came in there and she kind of like, she was part of a whole movement of coaches that come in there and kind of change the game. Even Malky, when Malky went out there and did her thing, like there's all type of, there's more parity now. It's not just UConn doing their thing anymore. Actually, UConn's kind of fall out the limelight now.
Fell
you know
off.
what I'm
saying?
Yeah.
That's all it was talking. That's all that was like. If you like for a good
hold
time,
on, UConn and Tennessee every other year.
Yeah,
I think
Tennessee.
that's what it was. UConn and Tennessee was running the sport.
Yeah,
Stanford was too.
Yeah, they were up there.
Yeah, Stanford sure were.
Yeah,
because Stanford was the 1 seed this year.
Notre Dame too.
Notre Dame and they're fine, coach.
Man, nigga, what you say? What you say? Make me check and see if I got some eligibility left.
Man, what? Man, look, bro. What you saying? Man,
one time for the thing though. One time for doing the thing fashion wise too. Like she's setting trends.
Yeah.
For fashion wise, like she knows the tension's on her, so I'm gonna take advantage of this, and she's killing the game right now too with the fits. So Louis Vuitton.
Good.
On there, like that's I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So it's cool, and I'm glad she was able to break that monotony because, like we were saying, like it was UConn for a good minute. We were talking about women. That's all we talked about was UConn, like because UConn was undefeated every year, and so somebody to come in and break that up a little bit and bring some new blood to the game. Boom, here we go. And now we got it to where we're talking about them in front of the men's. Like what? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair about it, obviously, like I said, just watching from an aesthetic point of view, I love watching the women's game more than the guys. I know the guys got the ceiling when it comes to the athleticism and stuff like that, but just in terms of watching it, it's definitely better for the women's part of the game. But to be fair, that the women almost got an unfair advantage this year just because there's none of the big recognizable blue blood names on the men's side that's in the Final Four. Like I'm sure if it was Duke, Kansas, North Carolina, UCLA was the Final Four, like we probably wouldn't start off with the women's tournament right now. We would definitely get to it because they deserve it, but we'll be talking about those additional powers. But because you got fucking San Diego State and fucking FAU in that month. FAU, yo, really? Like no beef to them niggas. Do your thing. Shout out to the Owls, you know what I mean? But come on.
Never had it on my bingo card. I don't think nobody did.
Nope.
Hey,
nah.
Go off though, right? To see, and it's cool, but I'm cool with seeing that for a change too, something different. To be quite honest with you, I really wish that same type of deal that's going on with the men's and the different teams will go on in college football, but we know that's not going to happen. But breaking off.
Although I have a little bit of hope with the college football being some sea change going there. Like obviously, Alabama, Georgia, they're going to basically always be up there. But with them expanding the playoffs, with the NIL deals, the transfer portal, there'll be a little bit more parity in there. There'll be a little bit more sightings from a TCU up there than we would have had 15, 20 years ago, even 10 years ago. But it's not going to be, like you said, it's not going to ever be like how we got the full parity of college basketball. And that's college basketball because they got the one and done thing going on too. So nobody's really retaining anybody of note. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And really, and like I said, not just the transfer portal with football, but the transfer portal and the extra COVID year has also, spread it out among basketball as well.
That extra COVID year, bruh.
Extra COVID year has really
messed a lot. That really shook some things up.
Like I said, you got dudes playing for 6-7 years.
Man, that motherfucker Drew Timmy still at Gonzaga, man. I feel like I was in high school when that nigga started playing at Gonzaga.
And he actually said that he's gonna this is gonna be his last year, so he's not even gonna try to play again.
That nigga had a choice?
No, he had one more year left.
God damn.
But before we, I guess before
you're in college and you had that you in grad school, you had that 50-year-old dude that was in grad school still, or was going to college still. Like, man, bro, it's that time to go, man. It's that time to go. But okay,
he's just not ready to go play Israel yet. That's all that is.
Oh shit.
Lithuania.
Yeah. But I guess before we talk a little bit more about the men's Final Four, do y'all think anyone can take down South Carolina?
I think Iowa can.
I think they can too.
I think Caitlin can.
I think so. I think it's gonna be closer than what people think. I think it's gonna be under 10 points. But I still think South Carolina's gonna win.
Yeah, I'm going with Carolina.
And I'm going with LSU against Virginia Tech, and be another rematch from the LSU South Carolina game, and I'm gonna have South Carolina win it by 10 points.
So a perfect season. What you saying for the Lady Gamecocks?
Perfect season, man.
That's great.
Perfect. I agree with that. I honestly think that I think this game for South Carolina against Iowa is going to be the harder matchup for them. To be honest, no offense to LSU, I think that'd probably be a reasonably good game too. But I think in some ways it's one of them cases where the real championship game, like I said before, is this game between South Carolina and Iowa. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like once South Carolina clears the Iowa hurdle, I think that whoever they face next, who I think it's going to be LSU, I think they're going to be able to handle the business against LSU. Now, if it's against Virginia Tech, I think they probably definitely get them by at least 10 points, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
No offense to Virginia Tech.
I think that drive Virginia Tech. That is me. But yeah, I think.
New challenge.
New sound effects for y'all, bro. Like, don't man. This show keeps going. This show's going up. It's going up out here.
Right. Now let's talk about. I know we already talked about the men's Final Four just a little bit. We talk about that more in depth. I think the game is what everybody wants to see is Miami against UConn, and that really should be the championship game. That's just my opinion.
I bet you CBS wish it was the championship game.
Yeah.
Man. Woo. Hey y'all. Fun stat. I think I read on Twitter that this is the first NCAA tournament ever that we're not getting a 1, 2, or 3 seed in the Final Four.
Oh, really?
Right.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me find it.
I think I heard that stat too, and it's been trending that way since basically the Elite Eight, where all the top seeds were starting to fall off. It's been trending that way to where it's probably going to be like that, because once they got to Elite Eight, they were able to setting records as far as that seeding was going on anyway.
Yep, it is. And this is the first Final Four ever without a 1, 2, or 3 seed.
That is crazy.
I'm intrigued to find out if anything changes next year regarding that. Like, I'm not saying, maybe people behind the scenes might do something or whatever. But it might, it'd be interesting to see something that might just like quote unquote happen to where the boys come back into the Final Four again, 1, 2, or 3 seed. Like this year,
I can see.
Oh shit. Okay. Something can.
I can see them giving some of these teams like a second pair of jerseys. Like giving San Diego State some UCLA jerseys, just go in there and just change it out. Just to make sure it doesn't happen ever again. You know what I'm saying? This is I think as weird as it's been, with a lot of the blue bloods getting knocked out and stuff like that, not having a lot of those traditional powers in there, I think overall the tournament's been fairly entertaining. I don't think it's the best tournament I've seen, but I think it's been fairly entertaining, and I do like the parity. I do like not being able to just be able to, get your bracket and go chalk all the way and then have nothing to worry about until you get to the Final Four and shit like that. I do like how open that is. But at the same time, like I forgot what podcast I was listening to, but I want to say it was maybe the Bomani Jones podcast. And it was like, man, the thing about March Madness is everybody loves a Cinderella story until it's Cinderella versus Cinderella. And then nobody loves that shit anymore.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's exciting until you get George Mason versus Butler for the championship, and then nobody likes that shit. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of true.
That's absolutely what it is, man. That's exactly. In fact, Colin Cowherd has been arguing this for years. You know, Colin Cowherd the main person who hates the little guy. He always says it, man. They said the royalty again, the big corporation, the big box stores, you know, Walmart, they eventually choke out, you know, the mom and pops. The mom and pops are the Craytons of the world.
Yeah.
And just watch, like next year, they're gonna see the number one teams back into the finals again. Like somehow, some way, something's gonna where it's gonna return back to where it is a well-ranked team, a well-known team going back into it. So we'll see.
Well, I will say one thing though. A lot of especially the 1 seeds this year, were probably some of the most flawed 1 seeds we've had in a long time. Because again, Kansas, Bill Self didn't coach. You know, I don't think in any of the tournament.
He didn't.
If Bill Self didn't coach any of the tournament, damn, Purdue only had one player. Purdue literally just had one player. Houston.
That's Sean Bradley, motherfucker.
Actually, as a Houston pretty much, I think underachieved. I think out of all the 1 seeds, maybe they were the one who I'm probably surprised that they didn't look sharp, you know, coming into the tournament. And,
they didn't.
And Bama had so much luggage hanging over their heads that I didn't think
they had all them shooters, man. They had all them shooters.
Hey, they shot themselves out the Sweet 16.
All the shooters of Bama. So
shooting your shot.
So yeah, this is the most flawed, you know, 1 seeds that we had, and again, some of the traditional 1 seeds that we've had, you know, the Carolina, the traditional blue bloods, the Carolinas, you know, the Kansases, they just have. Hey, I think that again, the traditional powers should be stronger next year. I think you pointed out, UNC has a tough recruiting class coming in. I think
that's next year.
Yes. Oh, next you talk about after
2024. Yeah.
Okay, 2024. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, this year's decent though, but they ain't like next year's. So.
Okay, but still, though, I think some of the traditional powers are still going to probably be stronger next year than they were this year. Again, like we just said it, transfer portal, NIL. In fact, NIL is the reason why Baycott's coming back. Yeah. Because again, Baycott probably going to be playing in Lithuania if he goes to the draft. Yeah. And Baycott will again 6'10" centers. There's not a market for him right now in NBA unless you can shoot.
Especially if you don't know what the fuck it is that nigga do well.
So again, him coming back makes sense in the NIL era. So
yes.
Same reason why Drew Timmy is apparently still playing for Gonzaga.
And NIL is the reason why Miami's in the Final Four. Let's all be real.
Back, they opened up the pocketbook. Main
reason why, yeah.
Shout out John Louise.
Yep.
Good man.
Never Shapiro.
Look, Never Shapiro, the GOAT.
The new Toronto, man, like money.
Bruh, if NIL was there when he was there, bruh. Whew.
Yeah, because I want to call here. Who's that kid that they got? I think they got from Kansas State.
Nigel Pack.
Didn't he go back?
Yeah.
Nigel Pack. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I knew it was real then. I knew it was real then. I thought Miami's playing a different game out here now.
Oh yeah, they doing stuff.
Miami is playing a different game. They're both in basketball and football.
That stuff they doing now is legal now.
Yeah, man.
Now it's legal.
It's now. Now, you know what I'm saying? I mean, shout out to Miami and shout out to their coach Jim Larinaga, man. Like he took that George Mason team to the Final Four way back when too. You know what I'm saying? But I think Miami's a little bit of a product of, you know, the ACC was probably the worst the ACC's been in a long time. You think about it, you know what I'm saying?
Bad.
I mean, somebody's got to win it, but you know, like outside of obviously Miami, and then whatever Duke scrounged together there towards the end, it wasn't really like a lot coming out of the ACC this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and they just were able to take advantage of that.
And not even Virginia, who Brandon hates with the heat of 1,000 suns.
I can't stand that team.
Because they play that fucking that Naismith basketball when they fucking shooting in the peach basket.
They probably do that. But speaking of Virginia, man, y'all remember 2019? That damn Final Four was so trash. I didn't even watch that game.
No, y'all know. Yeah,
it was between Virginia and Texas Tech. Oh, like,
with Beer, Chris Beer was the coach. Yeah.
I skip by that one.
Yeah.
I fell asleep on that. I don't think I really watched. I actually fell asleep.
I watched it, but I don't remember a damn thing about it. Besides, I know it had to be hella boring because they had them two boring ass schools in there.
Yeah,
and that was like on the cusp before the damn pandemic and shit too. So it was like, man.
Yeah.
I was still.
I mean, the pandemic might slick be their fault. Let's be real. Between them and Rudy Gobert.
Shit.
Virginia basketball and Rudy Gobert.
They're the reason why we got analytics in sports, because they bore the games out.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but y'all think about UConn though, man. UConn, in fact, I think UConn was like a dark horse. It was like a dark horse coming to the tournament for a lot of people for some reason.
And I'm glad you said that, because I'm looking on ESPN right now. I'm looking at like week 8. UConn was ranked number 2. They were 13-0 at that time. Then they lost a couple of games. They was struggling, and then after. I don't know what happened around the end of the season. They just got their ish together and just playing like the number 2 team that they should have been. So, UConn is legit. I think that game between them and Miami, that's gonna be a tough one. I think Miami is good too.
I think UConn's gonna.
I think UConn is gonna win.
I'm probably gonna have UConn. The reason why, I think Miami. In fact, Texas was dragging Miami. Like except for like the last 5 minutes of the
when they just forgot how to shoot.
Yeah, they forgot how to play basketball. Yeah, but Texas was dragging Miami for most of that game before before they made a comeback. So if they get behind UConn like that, I don't see it. But
no.
No. You saw what happened to Gonzaga when they fell behind. You saw what happened to them.
Yeah.
Because like I said, all usually it's like Mark Few is gonna Mark Few. That man can never get him a championship. 2017 could have had one then. 2021 when they played Baylor, the undefeated season. Yeah.
Look, he'll grow eyebrows before he win a championship. I'll tell you that.
Man,
Damn. I mean, it's UConn is talk now. After we talked about the women's,
right?
Interesting. Okay.
I feel like every time it is kind of prime and ready for UConn to probably win it this year, because it feels like most of the time when they win the championship is when people don't really expect them to win the championship. Mm-hmm. It's when they fuck around win it, like when they won it with Kemba, when they won with Shabazz and those guys. Yeah, and I saw ESPN. I think over the last 20 or 25 years, like UConn has won like the second most national championship in that same time span. They won like 4 times.
Shoot. Yeah,
you would never think about it.
When they won the last time, was it Kevin Ollie the coach then?
Yeah, that motherfucker got fired.
Yeah.
Did he have his hands in the cookie jar? Something happened with that dude, but yeah,
he did. I think he did. I think it was also one of those like situations where his personality kind of started to get on everybody's nerves. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, you're not really even that good. Like you just kind of winning with Jim Calhoun's players. And I think they were probably right about that.
Seen that happen a lot of times. That happened with Miami back in Larry Coker for football. I mean,
I think that it's slick kind of happened with Hubert Davis last year, even though they didn't win the championship.
Yeah, all those players are rare players. I mean, all of them are.
There we go.
But I mean, at least, but good thing is like he was assistant. He was assistant to Roy.
Fair.
But yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah.
I like that.
But that is true. Oh, what? Yeah, y'all just talking about. Speaking of, I want to talk about Miami, man. Y'all remember that Miami squad they had back in 2000, maybe 2012? They had Barry Larkin's son, Shane Larkin.
Shane Larkin, that bastard, man. That light-skinned sack of shit kept making shots on North Carolina. Yeah, I remember that motherfucker.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't think he was good at. If dudes like set up a screen, he just dribble and shoot it. That's the only thing he got.
It was on the Austin Rivers, man.
Yeah. Austin Rivers was better than him to me, but yeah.
Because he was like 2 inches taller. That's why. If they were the same height, they'd be the same dude.
Yeah, it was just them. They had like some bigs on their team too. They made
Yeah.
I don't know if Sweet 16 Elite 8 run, but that was a good Jim Larinaga team. But Jim Larinaga is actually I kind of knew when Miami hired him. I think whoever that he Stan got what the dude's name was Stan. Is it Stan? What is the dude's name that they got in trouble with? It was part of that Never Shapiro thing. Frank something. That dude, but Jim Larinaga took over him, and I was like, damn, man, Miami's gonna be good as hell.
No, Jim Larinaga is a good coach.
Yeah, he's a real good coach.
He's a good coach. And especially now with Jim Boeheim retiring, he's probably the OG in the ACC now.
Yeah, Jim Boeheim. It was time for him to go about 10 years ago. After he won the championship.
That's fair. I mean, from the minute they went to the ACC, he probably should have went ahead and hung it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Teams like Syracuse, who got like history like in the Big East, especially when they had a rivalry with Georgetown, I'm like, yeah, that shit ain't gonna be the same again.
Not really.
Yeah, I don't even know who's all in the Big East anymore.
That just like with Maryland.
They don't know, bro. The teams who in the Big East don't know who all in the Big East right now.
But the Big East,
because the Big East is basically the American, and the Big East is what it used to be, the Big East, right? And then the rest of them kind of got scattered all over the place.
But it seemed like the Big East was like maybe the strongest conference this year. I mean, they had Marquette was good. They were just beating the hell out of each other. Providence, Xavier. I'm trying to see somebody else that was. I think Creighton is in the Big East. Creighton, yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Creighton Blue Jays.
The Blue Jays, yeah. Ain't talking about Toronto Blue Jays either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But y'all just got to give the props where it's due with Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic is they decent. They're young too.
They were ranked. Yeah, they were ranked for a good part of the year. So yeah, they got something.
Just the reason. What I don't even know what conference they in. Are they in Conference USA?
Yeah, they're Conference USA right now.
They moving to Big 12 or somebody.
Now they're moving to the AAC next year. I would say. Well, at least their football team is.
Gotcha.
Basketball team should follow too, but they're moving. I think they're moving to the AAC next year.
Got you, but yeah, they should be good next year too. Because like I said, they're not losing anyone.
No,
I hope the coach don't. I don't think they hope the coach of Vegas get full because they could do my coach somewhere. But yeah,
I think most of those coaches in Vegas have been filling up over the last like 2 days. Like they've been signing coaches like hot fire, so they might fuck around and be able to keep it for another year.
Hey, if you want to go to Kennesaw State, go on to Kennesaw State.
Yeah,
that's not going to happen, but.
Yeah. I was just about to say, man. Yeah. Raheem left, didn't he?
Yeah, for South Florida. Hey, Kennesaw, Tampa. I mean,
I don't think people leave Florida to go to Kennesaw. I don't think that's how it works.
Kennesaw's not.
Like, look, let's just call a spade. That was a stopping point.
Yeah, Kennesaw's not that far from Atlanta, but you can be in Tampa. Yeah.
Well, we all live around the Atlanta area, and there's a lot of places that claim Atlanta. They ain't fucking Atlanta. So there's people that stay in Douglasville and call that Atlanta. We really know what's real. You know what I'm saying? So if you could be any, you could be that real talk. I had a homie that told me like, "Hey man, I'm coming up to Georgia. I'm coming up to Atlanta to kick it and stuff like that." I'm like, bet. And he came up to Atlanta. I was like, "All right, man, where you at?" It's like, "Man, I'm in Douglas." But I was like, "Motherfucker, that is not Atlanta."
That's where Six Flags at, ain't it?
Yeah, outside. Yeah. Hold on. Chris from Douglasville. Don't tell Chris from Douglasville, man.
Yeah, Chris might as well say he in Carrollton.
Nah, I got people saying Villarica. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
That's another one.
Villarica, you might as well say Augusta or
not Augusta, damn Birmingham.
Birmingham. Even in Villarica. You might as well say Birmingham, dog.
Damn.
Columbus or something. Like, all right, man. Get out of here. But yeah, it isn't going to be Atlanta. But
right.
stopping point is going to happen for Kennesaw State. I'm thinking that's going to be how that's going to be. Kennesaw State is going to be like that stop point for a lot of coaches moving forward. So
I mean, it's a mid-major school. It's always going to be that for them.
Yeah, pretty much.
You gotta get somebody that's on the way up or somebody on the way out. Like a couple years ago, if they could have got their hands on Rick Pitino, I mean, who knows what the fuck they could have done? You know what I'm saying?
That would have been fun. That would have been
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what?
So
who?
Yeah, get somebody like that. Like maybe, I mean, shit. I mean, I don't know what Larry Brown old ass is doing, but maybe go get Larry Brown, have him be your coach.
This man was at that man was at SMU. I don't know. Didn't he bang your Moody for him?
No, he didn't even get a chance to play for him. That's the whole reason he went to coach SMU was to get Emmanuel Moutier. He didn't even get to play.
Damn.
Yeah, I think I remember that. It was because his grades or something.
Woo.
Yeah, because you dumb. He's on the Antonio Cromartie. I'm just straight dumb.
Damn.
Because that nigga couldn't read. Bobby Bowder. I think even Bobby Bowder said that motherfucker couldn't read.
Shit.
Oh man, I should be laughing, man. But again, we know.
But shout out to him, man. Shout out to Antonio Cromartie. I heard he's on that Nick Cannon. He's like on kid 12 or 13. So shout out to him.
Shout out to Crow.
Yes.
Shout out to Crow, man.
Definitely not a shout out to his pull-out game.
Opportunity here, and so shout out to Phillip Rivers because he got a damn football team his damn self.
No, not shout out to Phillip Rivers. Shout out to his wife. She's the one who pushed the football team out of herself. She spent like half her life pregnant. I mean, shout out to her.
That was a funny ass story. He was saying like Austin Eckler, I think, was saying talking about how he was at camp with Phillip Rivers, and he was at practice, and Phillip Rivers was there with his kids, and he thought Phillip Rivers was bringing like some kids from the Boys and Girls Club or something to the practice field to show them how to play football. They're like, nah, bro, that's his kids. Like, what? All 12 of them. Like, he had a whole youth group out there. Austin thought he was like, them bringing out like kids to show how football life is, and maybe you can aspire to be a football player like him. Like, nah, bro, that's his kids. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, he didn't know that Phillip Rivers was the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Well, him and Nick Cannon, they all know YMCA, the Boys and Girls Club of America. That's them too, man.
Damn, man.
I can't imagine 12 kids, bro. I can't imagine 12.
No.
No,
that's paid and torture. Cruel, unusual punishment.
How? You can't do that. Well, you can, but Godspeed, man. That's all.
Again, you got it. That's what I say to him. You got it.
Ain't no choice, really.
You got it, man.
Yeah.
You made all the money. You made all the money you could in the league, man. And now, hey, you can take care of him. You can take care of him. You got it.
Yes, he can. He definitely has it. Yeah.
Let's see. You got it.
Yeah, but before we put a bow on this Final Four topic, who do y'all think is gonna win this game between San Diego State and Florida Atlantic?
Man, that's rough, man. That's rough.
I'm going to help y'all out. I got Florida Atlantic winning that game.
I got San Diego State for whatever reason because I'm just hearing like how the hype, like they were just that team was just as good beforehand. It's just not as their time to finally get the shine. So
a team that should be playing in the Pac-12, but them and Gonzaga and St. Mary's, but that's another topic.
Give it time. With the way these conferences are going, they'll be there soon enough. But I'll say, and this is rough, man. Cause I give so little fucks about both of these schools. I'm gonna go with Florida Atlantic. Just the way they were operating in that Kansas State game. There's something about them that seems like somebody sprinkled some pixie dust on them, like it's their time to shine. So I'm gonna go with them. Although, you could probably make the same argument about the Creighton game with San Diego State. Like both of those games kind of mirrored each other in a lot of ways. But I'm gonna lean with Florida Atlantic. I think it's gonna be Florida Atlantic versus UConn. And I'm going to take UConn to beat Florida Atlantic because college basketball needs UConn to win it. because I don't know what's going to happen to Florida Atlantic or San Diego State wins the whole thing. What happens to college basketball after that?
The Lord doesn't want to find out. The Lord doesn't want to find out.
I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if they'll contract the tournament to like 16 teams or expand it to 300 teams if that happens. So, for the sake of all of us, let's just hope that UConn can pull it out.
Fair. That's valid. Valid.
I mean, I can see that. I mean,
but I got San Diego State to service like you and all though. I think I got San Diego State too at closing. Even though I like the Florida Atlantic story, like I said, I'm really kind of in a way glad that Florida Atlantic has gotten here. Like I said, any other chance I probably would choose them because Boca Raton is a very 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 nice place, but San Diego was cool too, man. So for some reason, man, I'll take the Aztecs in this one and the close one.
Isn't Boca Raton where all the old people go to retire?
Pretty much.
That's where the money's at. I can tell you that.
Old money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Social Security check. The AARP's down there.
Good old Boca.
All right. Yes. And yes, I already said I got UConn winning the championship over Florida Atlantic, with the Hawkins guy. I forgot his name, but he's gonna be the most outstanding player.
Okay, I'm gonna see I wanted to see Chaos and say San Diego State just take it all.
Damn.
Who?
I just want to see San Diego State get it all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
just see the world.
He wants to see the madness that's going to happen.
Yeah,
he's the age of the chaos. You know what I'm saying? Just want to see. Some people just want to see the world burn, man.
Right.
Right. Alfred said it the best. Like I just want to see the world. I want to see how they. I want to see the reactions. I want to see the parade because they ain't got no team no more. San Diego don't like all the teams except for the Padres and
they can kiss my ass too.
You know what I'm saying? Like this would be good for them.
Yeah.
Wait, what did the Padres do to you?
Oh, they're in the National League. I mean, they're.
Oh yeah. You Braves fan, yeah.
Oh yeah.
He don't like that spending streak.
Yeah, So what?
The level up.
Yes, indeed. On to the next topic, the MLB, and I owe everybody an apology. I said the opening night was tonight. It's actually
tomorrow night.
Yeah.
But by the time you good listeners listen to this podcast, like I say it'll definitely be opening night by the time y'all do listen. Though. But of course, listen before so you can definitely see, definitely hear us, give our great predictions of what we think is going to happen in MLB this year, starting now. And of course, if you are listening to us, then you definitely found us on one of our many streaming platforms that we're on. Right now, we're streaming live on YouTube, live on Facebook, though. But at the same time, man, you can find us on all platforms everywhere except for Pandora, because Pandora still be BSing out here. We got to keep saying because it's a damn true.
Perfect.
But for real, but for everybody though, man, of course, man, just shout out to everybody who's found us, even if you've been with us for the first 103 episodes, or if you're listening to us for the very first time, we thank you all for tuning in. Check out our sponsor, man, CJ Sneaker Lab. He doesn't just get your sneakers right. He gets your shoe game right. Period. In fact, man, I actually got a couple of Stacy's I'm going to send to CJ, man, and just have them, bring them back to life, man. Because not only Stacy's are classics, the motherfuckers were damn expensive. So I'm going to get as much out of fire. So again, shout out to CJ, man. Like I said, he's a good dude, great dude, man. Said active in the community, support the business, man. Support black businesses, man. Said the dude,
absolutely.
The dude definitely does great work, man. So shout out to CJ Sneaker Lab.
I feel like CJ's he should have been at the world premiere of that Air movie that came out. It's coming out. Like he should have been.
He probably was.
Damn, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I was actually thinking about getting tickets, for the premiere, but it just didn't work out, man. Like I said, there's too much other things, going on this week, unfortunately, to check out Air. But I do actually plan on checking it out, probably sometime sooner rather than later.
It looks interesting. I want to see. I look because they had the guys that Matt Damon's playing, Sonny Vaccaro. They had him like on the whole talking throughout all the sports shows, whatever, talking about his story. So it's interesting that story too, like the whole breakdown of how Nike became with Nike because of Jordan. You know, so it's like okay, and what Sonny Vaccaro did. You know what I'm saying? Put Jordan into the stratosphere. So like, oh, okay.
Also, Sonny Vaccaro was also one of the early advocates for student athletes.
Yep.
Because he's one of the first major voices who called BS on the NCAA.
Yeah.
They only let them get that money, man, get that paper.
Yeah. He was one of the first major dudes who called the NCAA on this shit.
He was about that. I never knew that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's cool to see that story get put to life. And just weird to see Jason Bourne playing, but that's cool.
No, I know it's weirder seeing Batfleck play Phil Knight.
Right.
And we pretend. Can we just pretend like he didn't play Batman? Can we do that? Can we just act like that shit didn't happen?
I will say though. I will say this, Lord. I will say this.
It's kind of like Andrew Garfield being Spider-Man. Can we just pretend like that didn't happen too?
Whoa, that's blasphemy. Andrew Garfield was a good Spider-Man, bro.
Hold on.
I mean, look, Andrew Garfield. Look, he might be better than what's the short white boy name that playing Spider-Man now? He might be better than him. Yeah, he might be better than him. Right? His movie sucked. Like Garfield's movie sucked, right? But he was a good Spider-Man. Everything else around him sucked. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we know who the real Spider-Man is. Tobey Maguire. We know that.
Well, everybody grew up with the OG Tobey Maguire, man. I love this though. But I will say this though. Again, going back to Batfleck, I will say this though. The best Batman fight scenes was in Batman versus Superman. That was the way Batman should be fighting in the movies. As good as
I don't know. Did you see Robert Pattinson's Batman? Like he was putting paws on them kids, man.
He was putting paws like Ben Affleck's Batman was though. I will give that to Pattinson Batman. Pattinson Batman was whooping ass. He was. I will give that aspect to him though. I think if there was one weakness in the Christopher Nolan series was that the fight choreography was ass. Let's just be real about it, man. This might be
the way they shot it too. They did a lot of cutting away shots. We didn't really see what was happening too. You know what I'm saying? So I would agree with you on that.
The slow choreography. It didn't look like. Maybe because it was a certain aesthetic that he had to still stick to, but it definitely didn't look like the Batman, the way Batman should be whooping folks' ass.
Up until Bane whooped his ass, but I would say you're gonna change. I feel like you're gonna change your tone, man, because I know you saw the Flash trailer and you see how Batman looking like he's doing some Arkham Asylum type stuff now in that trailer. So the title might go back to Michael Keaton after this movie come out. But anywho,
yeah. I mean, well, first off, Michael Keaton is my Batman. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there. That's my Batman. Christian Bale did a great job. I ain't mad at him, but Michael Keaton, he's Batman, like he said in the trailer. You know what I'm saying? He's Batman. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to just like Reggie said, if we just distilling it down purely just to the fight scenes and the action choreography, I guess in that sense we got to give it to fucking Affleck, because Tim Burton did the Michael Keaton Batman, and Tim Burton doesn't really do like action fight sequences like that anyway. He's more about the general aesthetic around the whole environment, all that shit like that. Like when it comes to like who had the best bat suit, who had the best Batmobile and stuff like that, like that's clearly Michael Keaton. Like there's no fighting about that shit. That's clearly Michael Keaton. But the only thing Ben Affleck even looked terrible in the Batman suit, right? He just looked bloated as fuck, right?
I mean, I guess. I mean, I would say he was more comic accurate because, like, he did a couple of things that he looked, but that's just a personal opinion too. But I get where you're going with that.
Yeah. Opinion though, like I said, shoot, man. Hold on. This is exactly why we need to definitely, wait, we'll talk offline about this, Ronaldo. We'll talk offline about this, man. Right now, back to our regular schedule program. We need to talk offline so we can definitely get. Ronaldo knows exactly where I'm going with this, man, because this is something that we've been talking about putting together for a minute. So we
preview to come. We call that a tease, right, Reggie?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's professional shit right there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But let's get B talk going though. What's up?
Yeah, I'll let you know, man. That joint just snuck up my eye. I was like, dang. After the MLB clash, I'm like, dang, then we got the new season, like new baseball coming up, like literally tomorrow. And
I remember these.
Yep, I remember them.
I
just can't.
I will say this. I'm really, and I like this going forward. I'm gonna try this again next year. The World Baseball Classic really got me excited more for MLB.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like the World Baseball Classic just gave me, for whatever reason, just how the presentation was, or how they just kept they kept enunciating it with you, and I just throwing it at you just so you could watch it. But watching the World Baseball Classic was dope enough. Like, all right, I'm ready for MLB. Like you know what I'm saying? Shohei Ohtani just showed out too, so he's like, all right. Like, I'm ready to see him actually go in and start using that to go with his team, with, playing now. So
his slow ass team,
right?
I mean, that's all the action he's gonna get is in that WBC, because we know they're not gonna make the playoffs again. Like, they always miss the playoffs, even though they keep telling me how dope him and Mike Trout are, and they miss the playoff every year. Even though they're that shitty ass division, they miss it every damn year.
Yeah. And Shohei Ohtani, he's just ready to get that money now. So yeah.
That's cool, man. If he wants the money and he wants some championships, we all know where he need to go.
Yeah, to the Braves.
We know where it's at.
Damn, here we go. Here he go.
The Braves with the cute little 3 championships y'all got. That's how many you got? 3, 4. All right. Anyway, the real championship. They're gonna come to New York, but we got the multiple double-digit championships over here. He come over here.
The Mets.
The Mets. Well, last time the Mets been in the playoff. Look, there's only one team in New York. There's one team. There's only one team. All right, there's only one team there. I don't care how much money they spending up there. We know where they at. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
We know where they at.
Yeah, you're right about the Mets. I
can't wait to see them choke this year. Like
they choke all the time. They spend all the money. How much? They spend the most money last off season too and missed the playoff.
Yep.
Won a lot of games too.
Ain't that the dude that used to play with the Dodgers? Ain't he with the Mets, or he with the Phillies? One of them teams in the NL East that's not gonna do shit.
I think he went to the Mets. Maybe.
Somebody went to the
Mets. All I remember is I know.
They got a shortstop or something, right?
Trey Turner. I don't know. Was it Trey Turner?
Yeah, no, Trey Turner with the Phillies.
Oh, that's who I'm talking
about.
That's
who. Yeah, that's who you're talking about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we still talking too much about the damn Mets.
Oh yeah, remember they did that thing with fucking Carlos Correa where they brought him in, did the press conference, and then they found out that he had like a bum knee or a bum soul or whatever the hell it was, and he couldn't do it anymore. Send him off somewhere else.
You think he went back to the Twins now, didn't he?
Yeah.
Ass could have stayed there, really.
Yeah, he should have.
Yeah, that was hilarious, man. But even with man. So as we all know, man, the Astros are the defending World Series champions, man. So again, they won it on the pitching of somehow Justin Verlander, who somehow defied Father Time last year. Don't know how he did it.
Yeah, somehow. There's something about baseball. Anytime people somehow define Father Time, I mean, we don't know if history can tell us anything about that. It's not like the Astros, the baseball have some kind of history or stuff.
I see what you did there.
Oh, and he went to the Mets too, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
That's what
he ain't gonna do shit there.
Yep, yes, he did. He definitely went to the Mets. Again, the Mets entire staff is built around 238-plus-year-olds. Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander.
Look, man. I hear.
They're good. When they're good, they're good. When they're good, that might be the two best pitchers in baseball. But again, they're 38+ years old.
Right.
Has anybody even won with 2 38-year-old pitchers? Like 2 pitchers that old? Has anybody done a significant winning like that?
Kurt Schilling and Randy Johnson, but that was back in 2001.
That old though.
Oh, I thought it was in their.
I don't even think so either.
I think
maybe Kurt Schilling was old and on his way out, but I think Randy Johnson might have been right at like that 35-ish age range, some shit like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
Johnson was that dude though.
Oh yeah, he was.
And
Remember that time he threw that fastball and hit that
bird?
That was wild. That was wild. Like what?
Where was Pete at for that?
Right. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that was.
But fuck Randy Johnson though, man. Because we brought him to the Yankees. He didn't do a damn thing with the Yankees. So fuck Randy Johnson, man.
He really didn't, bro. They hyped that shit. I remember when they hyped that shit up so hard, Lord. They were like, Randy Johnson come to the Bronx, man. I was like, oh damn. But then, yeah,
he was supremely mediocre the whole time and cried and bitched the whole time. Couldn't wait to get his old ass out of there.
Yeah, man, that's what happened when the Southern dude goes up to New York. You know,
plus he was past his prime, like Lloyd said. He was way past his prime to he brought him in to be a major part of his staff. So yeah.
Right. And I was like, I knew what time it was. I was like, man, he's old. He's on that country bumpkin shit. Like, he ain't gonna like it up here, all that stuff. But it's like, nah, man, it's the big unit, though. The big unit. Remember what he did with the Diamondbacks, though. Remember what he was A-Rod and Ken Griffey, though. Like, man, that was like a billion years ago. He's gonna be trash. And then he was trash. That's when they brought Kevin Brown in there, and that motherfucker was trash, too.
Oh, man, I forgot about Kevin Brown. Damn.
Shit. But, man, y'all Yankees have an astute way of just doing that though. Y'all got these cats past their primes and put them on the squad. Like y'all keep doing that.
Yeah, we just got money to blow, man. We just like to set money on fire sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we see that, but
yeah.
Now, here's the question though, man. Do y'all think y'all did enough for the offseason to actually build around Aaron Judge?
And that was kind of fun. That was a funny old little storyline because that became a whole thing.
God, then he signed with the Giants.
I tell you the truth, I didn't see Judge ever leaving New York. I thought it was just.
I agree with you, Reggie. Like, you already in the Mecca, yo. Like, you gonna leave to go play for San Francisco? That don't even make no damn sense. It's like what we were talking about before, where you got like you go coach at Kennesaw State to go get a real job. Like, you don't go to the real job and then go to Kennesaw State. Like, nobody's going from Duke to go coach at Kennesaw State. Nobody goes from the Yankees to go play for the San Francisco Giants. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. So I knew he wasn't going to leave. What would be your excuse to leave? Like, there's no way the Giants got more money than us. There's no way they got a bigger media market than us. There's no way that you're more comfortable playing there than you already been playing for the Yankees all the time. So it didn't really make any sense to go there in the first place. My thing with Aaron Judge, it's the same thing with fucking Giancarlo Stanton. I just need y'all to be healthy for like 130 games apiece. All right, Giancarlo Stanton, like, I don't know if it's just too much bodybuilding, too much steroids. I don't know, but he always had the weirdest muscle injuries, like tearing abdomen muscles and pec muscles and batting practice, and also he's out for 2 months and shit. It's like, just be healthy. And my main concern with us is always going to be the pitching staff. Yeah, the pitching staff, especially the back end of the bullpen. Say that again.
So did one of y'all pitchers get hurt? Like sometime during spring, like the past 2 weeks?
I know
Nestor Cortez has something just happened recently. Yeah. Nasty Nestor, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not really too worried about him because Nasty Nestor got an old dad playing softball type game. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing he does is predicated on athleticism or real ability. Like, he just goes up there and fools you with his dad bod and slow pitching motion. And then you bewilder and you miss that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as we can stay healthy. And when you look at our division this year, it's kind of crazy because the Red Sox are going to suck as per usual. And then we got the Blue Jays, where we don't really know. We're waiting to see if they're going to take that next step up or not. They got a lot of young talent because they got a lot of players who dads used to play in the majors there. We're waiting to see if they're going to make that step up or not. The only team I'm really worried about in our division, weirdly enough, is the fucking Tampa Bay Rays because for some reason we could beat everybody else like a drum, and then we'll go there to them and get beat 12-0 like all the damn time. All the time.
Yeah. Actually going to say the Orioles.
Orioles are coming up.
Yes, they are.
Oh, my God. And Buck Showalter still there talking shit.
No, Showalter with the Mets. That's a crazy thing.
Yeah, he's with the Mets.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ. How him and Dusty Baker keep getting jobs, the world will never know. Like,
bro, I'm surprised Dusty came back. I'm surprised Dusty came back this year. I really
but
thought Dusty might be sunset.
Yeah, go out on top winning that ring, you know what I'm saying? That probably would have been a smart play. But no, I'm not worried about the Orioles. I don't even think I can name a player on their team. I ain't sweating them.
Cal Ripken Jr.?
An active player.
There you go.
An active player this century.
I was just about to say, nobody from a quarter century ago, Brandon.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Well, I mean, we can talk about Brady Anderson when Brady Anderson had that random 50 home run season and nobody could figure out how it happened.
Oh shit! I forgot about that dude, Brady Anderson.
Damn.
But when they had that black dude, what's his name? Adam Jones. And he was really good for like a year and a half. Everybody was hyping him up, and then he went to the Diamondbacks. And nobody heard from him again. I'm not worried about the Orioles.
Wow.
I remember they were hyping the shit out of him.
Yeah,
they would.
Yeah, absolutely, though, man. But yeah,
how y'all feel about y'all Braves this year, man? Because y'all division last year was slick, like highly competitive. Like y'all were probably the best team in the division, but somehow the third best team in the division made it to the World Series.
Yeah, I'm about to say NFC South, but that NL East is gonna be that's gonna be something serious again this year.
Yeah, again, as much shit talking as we gave the Mets, again, even though we always gonna clown the Mets, they did jump out to that 10-game lead early on, man. Like I said, whether it was a soft schedule, us not having our shit together, it is what it is. The Mets, again, like I said, we said it when Scherzer and back, even though DeGrom's no longer on the team now, when they're on, they might be the best two. They were the best 1-2 punch in the entire damn league. But again, one was old, one is old, one got hurt all the damn time.
One came back like half.
He was never there. But I think I would be more scared of the Mets if they didn't soft contact the ball so damn much. The only power hitting you really get from the Mets is from Pete Alonso.
Yep.
That's the only power. That's the only power that you actually get from them. But of course, like you said, it's Buck Showalter. So again, you're not going to get you're not going to get what you call flashy baseball or whatever. You're always going to get fundamentally sound again soft contact. Just hit for bloopers rather though. It's a really boring brand of baseball to watch, but they were very, very effective at it. Now, with them no longer having Edwin as the closer now, that's going to be a big X factor. Because I definitely think that Diaz was the best closer in baseball last year. How they're going to go without him that's huge. I definitely think that's definitely huge. It's definitely huge to see how they definitely get along though. But as far as just the Braves, I like what we got, man. Especially with the young core. I think again, if you want to be worried about left field or shortstop, I could definitely understand. But there's a reason why the Braves decided that Dansby wasn't worth the money. Because they basically said Dansby had just had one great year of offense, and that was last year. They say that every other time before then, you haven't shown that you can play to this level. I mean, he was a great, definitely, a better defensive shortstop. But again, can we expect 25 plus home runs from you every year now if we give you this big, contract?
He seems like, and he frankly, from an outsider looking in, because I'm not a Braves fan, but obviously I live in Atlanta. I've been to a share of Braves game every year. I try to go to like a handful of them. He seems like a guy who's going to perpetually be the all or nothing type shortstop. Like he might fuck around, hit like 25 home runs, but then he's going to bat like 222. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's who he's going to be. And when you're going to be that guy, that's fine to have, but not at that price tag. You go ahead and let him walk. And I feel like you guys got enough young talent locked in for great prices. Like that contract you got Acuna Jr. and Albies for is fucking ridiculous. Like you combine both of those guys' contract together, and that's half Aaron Judge's contract.
Right. No, that's real talk. That's real talk, Lloyd. That's real talk, bro. You got it. Absolutely, man. And again, your two best young players, not just them though, man. You definitely got Michael Harris under Spencer Strider under a long-term deal. You locked up Austin Riley last year during the season. So
did y'all bring Azuna back too?
Yeah, Azuna has actually played good this past spring, believe it or not. I don't know. I still don't know about Azuna, but we'll see. We'll see.
Oh well, what's up, William? You don't seem like you sold on Azuna, bro.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm on time. I kind of went into the baseball. It's all-star.
And I definitely like Sean.
That's
Murphy.
why I say.
Oh, my fault. Oh, damn. Okay.
Oh, nah. You
I think you broke up some, man. So yeah, we didn't hear you for like a minute or so. But I definitely like the Sean Murphy, especially with Sean Murphy. I think Sean Murphy was probably one of those underrated signings we had because of the fact that since there's going to be no defensive shift this year in baseball.
Thank God.
When they made MLB had a Bryan Cranston do a commercial, pretty much talking about how that's probably one of the best rule changes, huh? That too. Yeah, he was talking about how that's one of the better rule changes though. So yeah, so that's the thing about it. So no defensive shift. I want to see how that's going to actually how that's going to affect the pitch, not just pitching though, but the catching game from that perspective though. But I still like us to win the NL East. But I'm gonna just need, especially. I'm gonna need the rotation. I think on paper, I like our rotation a lot. You got Max Fried, Spencer Strider. I think it's gonna be a lethal 1-2. I like Kyle Wright showed a lot. He was the NL leader in wins last year. Kyle Wright really stepped up, but I'm gonna definitely need if Charlie can actually bounce back. That's probably as good as you can find. But I'm gonna definitely need Charlie, not to be a home run machine like it was towards like the end of the year. Because that was the thing about it though. Because a lot of the Braves offense last year, I mean, that was one of the biggest things was the fact that they were so boom or bust. They either hit home runs or they don't score runs. They get really like the opposite of the Mets. It's sort of the same thing with our pitching staff. I mean, that's one of the reasons, unfortunately, why we lost against the Phillies. We couldn't hit anything, and the pitching staff just fell apart. At the worst possible time. Yeah. Hopefully, if everybody just stays there apart, keeps their head down.
What about Mike Soroka?
I've almost given up on Michael Soroka, man.
Me too, man.
I want him. As much as I want him to come back, man. It's been 3 years. It's been 3 years, man. If we can maybe get something out of him this year, okay.
Put his ass in the bullpen, man. Put him in the bullpen.
I'll
do some middle relief work. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you got to do some long relief. Put somebody in there for 2 or 3 innings type stuff. That's probably the best bet for him right now.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think that's probably where he's best at. Again, him bolstering. I think that's another one of our strengths. I think getting rid of Kenley Jansen was good. I think Rafael Iglesias is going to be a better closer for us than Jansen was last year.
Kenley Jansen.
Jansen had too many meltdowns. Kenley had too many meltdowns for me. About the season.
I agree with Kelly. I agree with that. I've never been a big Kenley Jansen guy. So, yeah, I'll agree with you on that. Y'all definitely, that's an addition by subtraction right there. So, as Braves fan, who you guys say you more worried about? Would you say you're more worried about the Mets or the Phillies?
I'm gonna say the Padres.
He said, not even from the division. This man had to go all the way to another division.
I'm not sold on the Padres. I kind of feel like the Padres are like the West Coast Mets, if I'm gonna be real with you.
I agree on that.
I'm not sold on them either for some reason. I think they're just throwing money away. And a lot of dudes who, again, they were.
I mean, how good is Juan Soto? How fucking Fernando Tatis Jr. like? Is he done being on that steroid sauce or the deer antler spray or whatever the hell he was using? I mean, like, we don't even know how good they are. You know what I'm saying? So I got to see them in the playoffs. I know that everybody hyped them up last year because they brought in, they thought like, oh, we got this 3-headed monster, Manny Machado, Juan Soto, and Fernando Tatis. Then, Tatis got popped for the roids. Thank God, so we can stop seeing all them damn Sonic commercials they play all the time. You know what I'm saying? And then Manny Machado, I've always felt like Manny Machado is overrated. He's just like Miguel Tejada 2.0. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really feeling him.
And Manny got a big contract this year too. Oh, that's a about it. Manny got a huge contract this year. It was like, okay, I see it. I see you just spending in San Diego like it's nothing though. Okay, that's good for y'all. Good for y'all. You know, golf clap for him. But honestly, I think if Bryce Harper could come back this year for the Phillies, I think Phillies maybe are probably more afraid of, because like I said, Phillies added some power. Like I said, they added. In fact, I was hoping we would go after Trey Turner if you know the thing didn't work out with you know Dansby Swanson. Because I think Trey's a better shortstop than Dansby. Much better. In fact.
I agree with that.
But I actually really like what Philly did this offseason, to tell you the truth. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually, you know, if they made the playoffs again, or if they overtake the Mets as the second team in the division. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Mm.
Yeah.
Look, I said this on a couple of other podcasts before, and my mom, my dad and his family are Mets fans, so I hear it all.
I'm sorry.
Fans through and through. So for whatever reason, they got the energy to give it to them. So don't be surprised if the Mets try some stuff this year again. Get something, you know, get out of somewhere, doing something. So if you want to say a team to be, probably do.
Yeah.
Do y'all find it funny that the Dodgers have really snuck under the radar as much as they have so far this offseason?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Dodgers might have fell off, but I don't know, man. Might need to don't sleep on the Dodgers. Don't give them. But
I mean, you know,
that's a good point. I hadn't considered that there hasn't been a lot of hype behind them, but I mean, they didn't have that much success in the postseason last year, and they didn't spend a whole bunch of money in the offseason, at least not comparatively speaking to everybody else. So I think that's probably why they fell under the radar. But yeah, that's a good point by you. I hadn't considered that.
They've been quiet.
Very quiet. Again, too quiet for a team, like Lloyd said, who's known for spending. They're known for spending in the offseason. They're known for, they're known for, you know, they're known for, you know, moving and shaking. And I think
they might be trying to get Shohei Ohtani next year. You never know.
That's what some people are
I can
speculating.
See that too. Yeah,
that's
man,
what some people are speculating.
So he can actually play in LA for once.
Yeah.
It might take the World Baseball Classic, man. You don't know.
Right.
Absolutely.
Any other teams I think is gonna do anything? The Giants, I think they're gonna do anything this year, or last year was just a fluke.
The year before.
Oh, that was the year before. Yeah. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, because last year they didn't make the playoffs, and I think that's pretty much the Giants I expect again.
I mean, the Giants kind of remind me, like when we were talking about the March Madness tournament earlier, and I was like, UConn's always one of those teams that just kind of pop up out of nowhere, and the next thing you know, they fuck around and win the championship. That's kind of like who the Giants are in baseball too. Like nobody thinks about them. Then all of a sudden, the playoffs here, they won 98 games. Like, oh shit, the Giants are here. And then all of a sudden, they're in the World Series, they win the fucking World Series. So I would never bet on them winning anything, but I wouldn't be surprised if we got to the World Series and somehow San Francisco was in there because the fucking Dodgers blew it or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised. But I wouldn't put no money on those motherfuckers though. Like, are they still playing Evan Longoria out there? They still doing that?
I want to say they are. I want to say he did play that. I'm not even lying, Lloyd. I'm not even lying.
I think he was on the cover of MLB 10, man.
Woo. But honestly, y'all, but the only thing is, even though I see this team winning their division, almost going away. But as long as we don't see the Cardinals in the World Series, man, that's what I'm just happy about. As long as we don't see the damn Cardinals, even though I think the Cardinals are going to run the NL Central.
Hell, who else is running the NL
Central like nobody's business?
Shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, what would be their competition in NL Central? Still the fucking Cubs? That's it.
Maybe the Brewers.
Maybe the Brewers, but
yeah, but
Brewers are losing. The Brewers, I think, are hemorrhaging players. I think they may let go of Colton Wong this year, so a lot of their good players are leaving.
And Christian Yelich fell off and shit. So I mean, I don't even know
about Christian Yelich.
Yeah,
forgot all about him.
And don't forget Hader. And don't forget Hader is now with the Padres. So
yep.
And what about the dude that Ryan Braun? What about him? He's still there, like switching out his piss test and stuff so he can pass and shit. Like
I think he retired. Yeah, I think he retired.
So, yeah, we have
good.
Yeah. And move on to the next topic. I know the NFL, they had the coaches and the owners. They had their, I don't know if it was this week or last week, but they had their meetings. I don't really know what's too much of what's going on with that right now. I know that I don't think I really know what's going on, but I know that that Lamar Jackson wants to be traded. That's all I know.
I mean, basically, how like it's fun times when owners get together, right? Because they a lot of stuff that goes down is that they start doing rule changing, they start introducing new what they feel like they want to do, be better for the game. One of the controversial topics came out was having Thursday night games being flexed out, and I play more than one Thursday night games, and a lot of players are like, man, what the fuck? I'm not playing another Thursday night game, like type of shit. But you know what I'm saying? That's a possibility that it could happen. And
I thought they actually resolved that. I thought they were saying that they wouldn't play like back to what if they do it's like back to back Thursdays though, or am I like getting that wrong, Ronaldo? You could like correct me.
I think they said it was going to taper it off until next week. They might have put it on hold, but I could be wrong. Don't give me the line, but I know it won't be nothing like a back-to-back type of deal. Like it won't be like basic of it would be they want to have what it really is a money grabber, right? Like this is Amazon, so they really want some folks to they want like the last few games, the first couple of Thursday night games, it wasn't really that good as we could attest last year. Like them Thursday night games were booty, like it was really bad. Like it got so bad that Richard Sherman was trying to do so much to entertain, and they had to put 2 Chainz to come on at the end with his concert. Like they brought Lil Wayne concert. That's how bad they got. Like, man, y'all stay for this because Lil Wayne gonna perform after this on live. That's how bad it got. And so it's like it's gonna be, it was a cash grab. So they want to see if they can put the best teams on the flex out. So it's interesting to see how that's gonna work.
And I think the Giants owner, forget which Mara it is, but he came out there and he was saying that when it came to Thursday night games and trying to give teams like 2 of those was basically borderline abusive. Which I kind of agree with. It's borderline abusive. And he also was making a point like for people who go and buy these tickets ahead of time, for you to just come out like a week and a half and just switch it and flex it out to a Thursday, you kind of screwing those people over. Like people can make plans months in advance to do this, and not everybody can just go in the middle of a week to go to a football game and stuff like that because they got to do work and shit like that. So it's it's par for the course of NFL, just another selfish attempt at a money grab.
Basically, that's exactly what it is. It's like it's Amazon, right? So they want to make sure they don't have what they did last season, where it was like bad games back to back. It kind of got better down the line. So we see how that works. But
like real talk though, man. Like, look, fuck Jeff Bezos. He got enough money. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to waste his money buying these Thursday night games that, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember anybody asking for Thursday night games. But they gave it to us and force-fed us this shit anyway, and he decided to spend money because he just knew that was going to be automatic money. So he wanted to flush his money down the toilet. That's cool. He could probably do better if he just gave me the money, but if he want to flush it down the toilet, I'll rock with that. You know what I'm saying?
Donate to the Real Reggie Fund.
Look, the real good use. It was at a point, and that was another topic being brought up too. It was at a point that he was in the bid to try to get the Commanders, right? So I was like, man, if you would have bought that team, like, bro, his team would have been playing every damn Thursday almost. Probably, it would have been like a weird little flex like that. But It's interesting
He
how
probably would have changed it from the Washington Commanders to the Thursday Commanders.
right. Thursday Prime.
But who wants to buy that third team anyway?
Right.
But apparently they got two different groups in the running to get it. One of the groups got Magic Johnson, and
Magic Johnson, and another.
Yeah, exactly. Leon, that $6.5 billion, yo.
The Reds, it was the Redskins. The Redskins / Commanders / football teams, whatever you want to call them, they worth $6 billion. $6 billion. That's crazy.
But the thing is though, Dan Snyder already said that he wanted $6 billion because he always said he wanted again to make more than what. Don't forget the Broncos set the precedent last at the end of this season when not this season last year when the Waltons bought it for $4.5 billion.
Yeah.
So the Broncos and again, say what you want about the Commanders, but they have history.
Yeah.
Like I said, again, whether it's the football team, whether it was the Redskins, Washington, they don't play like it now, but they are blue blood. But they are blue blood NFL friend, or at least historical rather. They're not a blue blood.
I mean, how long can they play that card though, man? Like they haven't been winning shit since the '80s. We're going like 40 years ago now.
Right.
No, you're right.
Like we clown the Cowboys for not doing shit for 30-something years. These niggas ain't won since before I was born, yo. So how long do we keep holding on to
Hello, Doug Williams.
They had the Doug Williams. They had the Doug Williams Super Bowl. I was barely alive. All right, but you know what I'm saying? They haven't done shit. I know Joe Gibbs came back from the dead and coached those Mark Brunell teams to those wild card losses. But
Steve Spurrier.
Oh shit.
Steve Superior.
Steve Spurrier cut Stephen Davis as soon as he got there, man. You know this is about to be some shit going on.
Look, and the craziest thing, he cut Stephen Davis and then signed Shane Matthews, yo. To be a starting quarterback.
He got to play. He coached in college.
Now Gus Farrar, did he?
Woo.
Yeah, it was like, yo, I think we could do the quarterback carousel thing because it worked at Florida. It's like, no, because the three quarterbacks you picked all suck.
It doesn't work when all three of them was bad.
Yeah.
And he was still a better coach than fucking Urban Meyer somehow.
Yeah.
Man. Oh man, come. But like basically though, it's like it's interesting how again when those just like the combine when like everybody all teams come back together, that's when all the chatter starts ramming up and get all the talks that you need to know, all the business deals are going to be done. It was bringing up on rule changes, having the 3 quarterback rule. Roughing the passer was being passed around.
Players can wear number 0 now.
Yeah, players can play with 0.
Calvin Ridley got that because that's his because that's how much he got in his DraftKings account.
He with his house.
That was a smart move by him, though. That was a smart move for him to go ahead and give that out. Like, all right, I'm wearing 0 now. You know,
perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's perfect for him to do that. So it should be interesting to see how many players is going to show up with 0. That's going to be weird. Interesting.
Hey, I'll write 0.
What about 00? Can you walk 00, or they're just for the mascots and the referees?
Nah,
right.
Because I can't stand Robert Parrish.
Brandon immediately said hell no to that.
Nah.
Yeah.
You know what? I agree with you. Fuck Robert Parrish. I don't like that nigga
either. Fact on fact.
Woo!
Facts on facts.
Facts.
But all
got fire.
Robert Parrish catching strays out of here, boy. I didn't think we would see that this damn.
So he happy that somebody mentioned his name. Nobody said Robert Parrish since like '92, all right? So he happy somebody said his name.
He's getting more shine than ever now. He's getting more shine than ever.
Basically.
Yep.
He should think
right.
But you know, it's all in all to say is like basically like, you know, again, the NFL is gonna always still be the talk of the town until the season starts back up, and then you're gonna have the big elephant in the room is that Lamar Jackson big thing. Like, you know, like what's gonna happen to him? Reggie, are y'all gonna get that boy? Nah, I found out that you're not gonna do it. Y'all gonna stick with Ritter. and Heineken. So
yeah, y'all somehow y'all turned down the opportunity to trade for Lamar Jackson, and they made a bold announcement already, like 6 months in advance, that Ritter is going to be your starting quarterback.
Hey man, go off.
Somehow he resolved it.
Go off, Falcons. Go off, man. Hey,
guys, y'all know my thoughts on this. Y'all know my thoughts on this. Hey, hold on. To our first-time listeners who are listening to the first rounders for the first time, I'm sorry, but I've given my take on this plenty of times on this show. But we got archives. In fact, I gave my take on this last show. Y'all can check that out. Y'all know my take on this entire situation. It hasn't changed. It hasn't changed at all.
Hey, look, man.
It hasn't changed at all now, y'all. Again.
Y'all be better with Cam Newton at this point, man. Right? Y'all just be better bringing Cam home and then putting Cam back there.
Hold on. Guys, no, for real though. In the division that's going to have a rookie quarterback playing for the Panthers, David Carr 2.0 playing for the Saints, and Kyle Trask playing for the Succaneers.
Kyle Trask.
We're gonna roll.
They're not starting Kyle Trask, right? They're not starting Kyle Trask. It's gonna be sorry ass Baker Mayfield, right? There's no way they're starting Kyle Trask.
Yeah, Baker. The TikTok sensation Baker Mayfield. But we're gonna go with Desmond Ritter though. So,
hey, apparently Arthur Smith sees something in Desmond Ritter that we don't see. So,
I mean, just give him one more year, and then after they get y'all can get Caleb Williams or Drake May.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping for right now, man. It's like, okay, we'll see. Honestly, I will say though, man, some of the team building moves have actually been good. It's clear that they're definitely giving, again, like I said, man, just all bullshit aside, they're definitely going to, we're going to we use this money to build a team. They're not trying to get into another bad contract, like they did with, Matt Ryan. But again, that was Dimitrov, fucked up negotiations. I mean, I said fucked up both, well, at least in terms of fucking the team, both Julio and Matt's contracts fucked the team at the same time. So if you're a GM who's worth your salt, you can't. There's no way you can actually, do that again. With anybody. Yeah, those are just, crazy circumstances to begin with. So I can see what they're doing, but at the same time, like you said, Ronaldo, I think a lot of it, and I think I told you the same thing about Kyle Shanahan, but it looks like Shanahan at least believes in putting some sort of good quarterback down there. I think Arthur Smith said that he won with Ryan Tannehill in Tennessee. He thinks he's probably good enough to make Ritter somehow a decent enough quarterback to actually win on the biggest stage. And again, if it was me, I want to do that shit because I know what Lamar Jackson could do, and again in the division where Carolina is going to be playing the rookie quarterback, we have David Carr 2.0 with the Aints. And we got Baker
David Carr.
and we roll him with Desmond Ritter.
Not only just the division, bro. The NFC period.
NFC period.
NFC is trash.
NFC is trash. This way out. It's literally nobody in the NFC that can all right, if Lamar's in there, like he has an easy route, like almost clearly down damn near. But you have to go against Jalen Hurts and us Niners, but
pretty much
as a quarterback.
Hold up. Come on, man. You still got Dak though.
Really?
Okay.
Do we have
right? Well, he got Black Kirk Cousins. Come on.
That Dak is going to be back. He lost his offensive coordinator that made him look good. He's about to look really bad. I don't know. That we have a bad year this year. So
who's calling the plays for that? Is it going to be Mike McCarthy calling the plays?
He said he was.
He He let the guy.
Look, that nigga better lose his job. Lose his job. All right, if that's the case. You know what I'm saying?
Dak is gonna look bad this year. I'm just saying right now, right here, like Dak is gonna look bad this year because he lost his play caller. But go off, Cowboys, go off.
But I agree with you, Ronaldo. I agree with you 100%. Like the NFC is basically wide open right now. Like if you had an opportunity to bring in Lamar Jackson, why not do it? I mean, I'm not even the biggest fucking Ryan Tannehill fan in the world, but he's got to be at least, I don't know, 95 to 100% better than Desmond Ridder. So you got to at least give that chance. Or hell, you go get a lobster boy. What's his name? Jameis Winston. Go get him to come be your quarterback and do that shit. You know?
But that's the thing about it. Honestly, Lloyd, when we signed Taylor Heineke, I already knew what time it was. I was like,
y'all tanking.
I might as well just say, you know what? Honestly, the Falcons didn't have to say that they were out of the Lamar Jackson sweepstakes. Them signing Taylor Heineke pretty much was like, because again, Heineke came in and said, "I'm coming in to back up Desmond Ridder." Like you said, Lloyd, they're now saying that without even a real quarterback competition coming in, Desmond Ridder's going to be the starter.
But I don't believe in that. It's just like
we're still talking to the rookie quarterbacks.
I don't believe in that because it just like when the Dolphins brought in Ryan Fitzpatrick. It's like I'm here to back up Tua, and I was like Ryan Fitzpatrick finna take that motherfucker job. The Tua ain't any good. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the same thing with Heineken. Heineken finna come in there and take fucking Desmond Ridder's fucking job. That's real talk. I'm not saying that Heineken's gonna be any good. You know what I'm saying? But he better than Desmond Ridder.
That would be better. Right? You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I think Heineken is Ryan Fitzpatrick 2.0. I think they should definitely just give him the ball and just see what happens.
Hey, go off, Falcons. But I'd love to see it. I'd love to see the train crash.
But I can't even kill the Falcons that much for not going for Lamar Jackson because apparently no one's going for Lamar Jackson.
No one. And
as weird as that is, no one's taking a shot at him.
Again, if y'all believe in the C word that's going on right now, there's definitely some shenanigans definitely being played behind the scenes. If y'all believe in the C word,
what's the C word?
We know what the C word is, Lloyd. We all know what that.
I got a lot of C words going through my mind. I ain't trying to get. I ain't trying to get canceled, so I'm not saying.
Collusion.
But I think obviously collusion is going on. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody wants to give him that dumbass Deshaun Watson deal, right? Nobody wants to do that. Even though he's clearly better than Deshaun Watson, even though he hasn't done any of the dumb shit to Deshaun Watson, nobody wants to give him the Deshaun Watson because they don't want to start the precedent of giving people fully guaranteed contracts that's over $100 million. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do that, especially since it hasn't worked out well for anybody who's done it. They gave all that guarantee money to Kyler Murray for them motherfuckers to win like 3 games. They gave all that guarantee money to Deshaun Watson for him to throw 4 touchdowns. Like, nobody wants to do that shit. But Lamar Jackson deserves to get guarantee money before either one of them. He deserves to have at least 4 or 5 of these teams going crazy to bring him in because he's probably one of the maybe 10 quarterbacks in all of football right now that's like an actual difference maker, that you brought him to the right team in the right division, that you can probably fuck around and actually do some shit like we were talking about with the fucking Falcons. I mean, hell, the division he's in right now with the Ravens. With the Ravens, like, there's nothing in that division that the Ravens should be scared of. Like, nobody's scared of friggin' Pickett or Mason Rudolph with the Steelers. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, though, like you said, but that's really one of the reasons why I changed my mind. Because, like you said, because at the beginning, I thought that it would have been better had the Falcons finally actually invested in some real defensive pieces, because we have had a good defense just fucking keep working, was actually the middle linebacker way back when. But again, but what. Especially what Ronaldo's been saying, what everybody else has been saying, what we've been looking at from the NFC South. If you win the NFC South, you host a home playoff game. And again, and in the NFC, where again, the only 2 quarterbacks you have to worry, what teams you have to worry about is, like I said, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles and the Niners, because Aaron Rodgers might be playing for the Jets next year. We need to talk about that next, though, man. I find that very funny, too, though. But still, the NFC is ass. I mean, it is ass juice.
Came like that, you know what I'm saying? It just became what it is. But and you never know, it could be some turnaround stuff going on too. But I really seriously doubt it, because we're really playing. Niners are playing with crapshoot right now. Like I told y'all, I'm doing this. When you ask me who the quarterback is, I have no idea. Who gives a fuck? Like, you know, it really don't matter right now. So it's like that's how easy the NFC can be. So, but again, you know, I feel like in the end of it all, to wrap it up, then, is that Lamar ain't going nowhere. He's probably going to go ahead. He might not play at all this year, to be honest with you, or he's going
to be surprised,
or he's going to play for Baltimore.
Because it's personal. It's personal now with him and the Ravens, apparently. Because again, he released that, you know, tweet saying, or at least the Instagram post saying that he wanted to get traded right before Jim Harbaugh had his press conference. That wasn't by mistake.
He did that on purpose. So like,
that wasn't by mistake at all.
Yeah,
he definitely did. He had definitely had that one planned. So
if he's gonna stay, they gonna like, right, go ahead, give him all the money. That's gonna be it. Or that, or he's not gonna play. Which can be it can go weird. It might, if you don't play this year, it might turn out to be how it happened. You know, it could be a weird thing, but who knows? Who knows?
Speaking of who knows, is Aaron gonna play for the Jets, y'all? Or are the Jets gonna jet this up?
I don't know. It's giving me Pinhead vibes.
I feel like the Jets is gonna jet this up, y'all.
It's gonna be funny if he ends up doing all this, gonna go down, and it's gonna make Aaron mad. He's gonna be like, you know what, y'all, fuck it, I retire. Like in mid stride of all this going down, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, I want to come play for y'all, but y'all not letting this happen, so I'm gonna retire. Goodbye. Like, it would be funny if that happened. But it's more likely he's going to the Jets, and I guess he's going. The biggest thing I would ask him: are you going to be playing for more than 1 year? And that's why that hold up is going on, because like he's not. I'm not giving up a first round if you ain't going to play next year. That's stupid on my part. You're not giving up first round.
Yeah, but he gonna lie to them and tell them that, like, yo, I'm here. I'm gonna be on my Tom Brady shit. I'm gonna play until I'm 45. Blah blah blah. Just because he want to get everything that he wants. But I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes his ass right back to the Packers and all this shit was just a ploy to get all his sorry ass homies job somewhere else.
Happened with Hackett. Folks said the same thing. That's what happened with Hackett. Folks said that's what happened with Hackett. Folks said that's exactly what happened with Hackett, Lloyd. You might got something there, bro. You might got something there.
Something for real, like, hey, at least they do get all jobs, like, because he has been a player's player, right? Like, I'm advocating for all my people that they been getting done wrong, and you know, he might just do all that and then go off into the pocket dimension like he always do, so and disappear. Opioids and drugs, like that man do drugs in the offseason to go into the damn, you know what I'm saying, the Green Bay Packers to practice with, you know, so you know, that's another.
It's
thing.
Not just
coming in the offseason, damn, practice with you boys, or I'm gonna have to get Dr. Strange to find your ass and get ready for the, you know, season playoffs. Like, I can't even trust you on that. I'm not giving you first round. I'm not giving you a first round. Not gonna be paying you all this money, and you're gonna be doing all this bullshit.
It's not just he's doing drugs. It's he's going out into the middle of nowhere with shamans and doing drugs.
Dimensions.
Like, I didn't even know that shamans were a real thing until this motherfucker started talking about he be in the fucking middle of the woods doing drugs with shamans. Shit like that. Like, look, it might just be me thing, but the minute a motherfucker started talking to me about shamans, I stopped trusting you. All right, that might just be a me thing.
Real talk. If your whole deal is that go into a dark ass room for 4 days and not talk to people, your team, like, okay, cool. Hey,
like, motherfucker live in a mansion. He don't got a room he could cut the lights off in. He got to go out into the cave somewhere.
Right.
Hey, why you tell anybody? Why would you even tell anybody you doing this weird shit? Why don't you just do it and then come out and give us a decision?
and that's what the Jets going to get. You gotta be ready. Be ready for that, because that's exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get that weird stuff.
Yep.
he's going to the AFC, which is not like he's cakewalking. Like he should have stayed. He should stay with Green Bay. Like he has a better chance. He's going to the AFC where he has to either go through Burrow, he ain't getting through Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through Allen, go through Tua, and they hyped up offense down there. It was like you ain't like you going into like, you know what I'm saying, you going into a, well, I guess if you want to use that as competition, hey, go off, Jets.
Right. Yeah, but
funny times.
Funny times. Yeah. But now we got, I guess our final topic. You know, I've been like a Tar Heels fan too. Now we got Lloyd on here. He's a Tar Heels fan, and we just heard some news a couple of days ago that they might have made UNC a national championship contender team next year. Caleb Love has decided to transfer with his inconsistent ass.
Hallelujah. That's literally the best news I received all 2023 is his ass fucking entering the transfer portal.
Yeah.
That's the best news.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. Like, man, like I don't know, that last year again when they played Duke at the Final Four, that could have been, might have been a fluke. I mean, like, ever since then he been like that, throwing up shots like he might be Steph Curry. Then when he misses the shot, he looks at Hubert Davis and the coach, he be like, my bad. Like, you damn right, it's your damn bad.
I hate that shit. I hate they do dumb shit. They get a dumb result, and then they look like, my bad. No shit, nigga. Stop doing it.
And he did that in about 2 or 3 games too. I'm like, you keep damn doing this shit. Like yeah.
Stop. He did. I thought last year when we made that Final Four run and all that shit like that, he showed me flashes of like prime Stephon Marbury, right? He showed me flashes of it, right? And then all that shit went away. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he stopped taking steroids. I don't know what happened. But he stopped being good. This motherfucker is a career 38% shooter from the fielding in college.
And they ain't talking about
in college.
Yeah, I don't know. And I think somebody said, I want to look what they said. He's like, seemed like they said he can't be coached. It was just a lot of stuff that them folks was saying.
Yep.
Yeah, somebody on Twitter said, good riddance in 3 years. Dude had a handful of good moments. He was Brick City, USA, a turnover machine, lazy on defense, and pouted at the first sign of adversity. Oh, and the worst shot selection ever by a new UNC player. And then somebody else said he isn't good enough at all. He's selfish and very inefficient. Teams don't want him. I mean, I think that's about as accurate as it can. But somebody's gonna be crazy enough to recruit him. I heard that he's interested in Memphis. I hope Penny Hardaway don't play that shit. But
I mean, Penny might be desperate to get some kind of top tier talent in there. You know what I'm saying? Because they brought him in there to get James Wiseman. Then he played 27 seconds for him, and then that was it. You know what I'm saying? So I can see, and Caleb, he's a dangerous prospect, right? Because he has just enough of talent to fool somebody into giving him an opportunity. He's not quite sorry enough for people to be like, hell no, we ain't gonna touch him. Like, he ain't Emmanuel Mudiay, right? But he got just enough talent where somebody could be like, maybe we bring him in here and we coach him up, and who knows, he could be a beast and shit like that. And he's not that guy, man. He's not that guy. He's
definitely not. I mean, if it wasn't for his shot selection, he'd be okay. But he is just, he just.
I have to disagree. If it wasn't for his shot selection, his pass selection, his workout selection, his mental preparation selection, every selection a motherfucker can make. If it wasn't for that, he'd be okay. Yeah. He'd be okay. He's a motherfucker that he looks good in a uniform. He looked like he's a good basketball player until he starts playing basketball. Then he stops looking like a good basketball player. You know what I'm saying? I've heard that there's a couple teams. I heard, like you said, Memphis might be interested in him. I heard that Louisville might be interested in him. I heard that Missouri might be interested in him too.
I think either Missouri or Memphis. But like I said, if you playing with Missouri, I think you're gonna have to play defense with them.
Yeah. And that's not his bag. He wants to put up shots and he wants to score points. He wants to do. He's like Kyrie Irving, man. Like he's obsessed with all the flashy stuff about basketball, but none of the shit that actually wins.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because nothing he does actually contributes to winning. It contributes to nice highlights.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can put together a nice little 2-minute YouTube highlight, and you would think like, "Yo, this motherfucker's the one. He should be the number one draft pick." And then I show you the rest of the game. It's like, "Oh shit, he shouldn't be drafted at all."
Right. Exactly. And then I guess the stuff that went on between him and RJ Davis. Apparently, RJ Davis is dating on that girl Deja Kelly that plays for UNC. So yeah, and I don't know. Maybe They just seem maybe he tried to like holler at RJ Davis girl. I don't know. It was.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But everything I've been reading about and I've heard from people on other podcasts talk about, he came in there with a huge ego. Like even before he started playing any game for UNC, he had a crazy big ego. And then that run that they had last year through the tournament put his ego like on a billion out of 100. So he was kind of walking through campus like if he was fucking Michael Jordan. Like they should have had a statue of this nigga outside or something. You know what I'm saying? So, and I heard that he was taking shots at RJ's girl and other teammates' girls on the team.
I could see
that he was kind of off the fucking rails, and that he was one of the hardest players for. Hubert Davis had to said it directly, but other people around the team basically have insinuated that he was one of the hardest people for him to coach. Period. On the team.
He has an attitude. He has an attitude issue. Like he might have been like a spoiled brat. Probably could have played at Duke, but I mean, that's why he was there. But yeah, I mean, you can tell.
Maybe it was a different skin color. He could have played at Duke.
Yeah, but you can tell the chemistry was just off this year. Something was going on, and I think it had to be him. You know, they like I said, they supposed to be giving. Me and Riz talked about this. Give the ball to Baycott. So, and RJ Davis didn't have a good year either. And RJ Davis is good too. And like I said, I don't even know. That was just a shit show. But I think next year they're gonna. I ain't gonna say they're gonna win it all, but I think they're gonna be a whole lot better without them. I think Baycott's probably gonna be playing good enough that maybe he can just win the Player of the Year, National Player of the Year, and they got
use that motherfucker like we were using fucking Tyler Hansborough, man. Yes. We should use him like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then just run a bunch of pick and rolls with him and fucking RJ Davis, and then kick it out the shooters and stuff like that. Let the athletes go wild on the fast break and do good. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say, I think obviously we should have a better year next year than this year because this year was about as bad as it could go. We were preseason number 1. And then almost immediately started getting an ass kicked by everybody.
After the first game, I knew something was up then. Like, So, but I think Jalen Washington, he's gonna have a break. I think he's gonna have a breakout year. I wish on Puff when I left, but Puff was just like his damn brother. I think his brother stayed more healthy. I think Cam stayed more healthy than Puff.
Yeah.
And I think Trimble's gonna be good for defense. I'm trying to think of somebody else. Oh, DeMarco Dunn, he's gonna be good too. And the freshman coming in, what's the guy name? He's like a combo seeming witcher. He's gonna be good. And the other guys, Zayden High, they'll be good too. And Zayden High, I think that's his name. And they got a bunch of scholarships, so they can get some players in the transfer protocol. Just don't get Severe Wheeler. I kind of would like.
Don't get him.
Get that big man from Oregon. He's like a 5-star, but I don't know. That might mess him up. But I think it's
that's what I'm saying. I kind of feel like the Caleb disappearing is the addition by subtraction because you give all the other guys opportunity to step in and get more shine and fill their roles more appropriately. And there's also that baggage because I can imagine like, man, we all play some pickup basketball, man, and we all play with that one motherfucker who's like a malcontent, man. As soon as he don't get the pass or he don't get that shot, he start getting his feelings, start acting a fool, and that just kind of drains the energy out of everybody else around the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I kind of feel like that's the type of malaise he had around the team, and removing that kind of opens things back up. And also now, because we had such a bad year, it kind of gonna allow us to kind of come in under the radar next year. Well, less expectations, less pressure, so then we could actually thrive a little bit. But I'm gonna say this about Hubert Davis. I'm still a little bit on the fence with him.
Me too. I was like that last year until like they made that little run.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this right here. This shit that Caleb Love put on this shit off. You think he would do it? He had a chance like that with Roy Williams?
Hell no.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
I think Roy Williams wanted to take him out back and do that nigga like old Yeller. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think he wanted to do. But he too old now, right? So he couldn't do it. So he's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna retire. He's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna retire. But had he caught Roy Williams from 08, I think Roy Williams would beat his ass right on that court.
Oh yeah. And
I would have rooted for it. And I would have put money on that thing.
Tyler Hansbrough would have got him. Tyler Hansbrough, Ty Lawson,
Psycho T,
Danny Green.
Yeah. What about fat ass Raymond Felton? Fat ass Raymond Felton put hands on him.
Yeah, look like he didn't know.
He wasn't fat in the USC game. I seen that nigga the other day. That nigga super fat. So
look like he done ate on Caleb Love.
That nigga look like Rick Ross now. You know that? He look like Rick Ross.
Bruh. Hey, he bigger than Sean May, man. You know Sean May was coming.
Yeah. That nigga bigger than Kendrick Perkins, yo. And he half Kendrick Perkins' size. He bigger than him.
My big perk.
Yeah. All I can say.
I think that I'm still a little bit on the fence with Hubert Davis, but that run we had last year, I'm willing to cut him some slack, give him a little bit more leash. You know what I'm saying? So as long, like I'm not like a crazy fan where it's like, yo, if we don't fucking win the championship next year, he need to go.
Nah.
All right, it don't gotta be on that level. But we gotta be, can we win, I don't know, 25, 26 games at least? Can we at least get to the Sweet 16?
Yeah. I can see that. I mean, like I said, folks, it might not be look at them. I mean, Purdue was not, they wasn't. Well, that's a bad example. I wouldn't say Purdue wasn't right.
I don't know. I feel like Purdue could probably beat North Carolina pretty easily this year.
Yeah, Purdue. Yeah. Like I said, Purdue, if Edie comes back next year, Purdue will be good as hell next year. But, yeah.
Look, I don't know what they're going to do with Travis Knight, but
oh, shit.
Fucking you know, they got big-ass Sean Bradley out there, and he's unstoppable because there's just not a lot of big motherfuckers in college like that anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a handful of dudes. It's kind of like the Taco Fall thing, where it's like Taco Fall wasn't really that good, but there's just not that many 6'11 plus guys in college basketball, period. And the ones that do exist, they all out there shooting threes like Porzingis. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah.
But I think I got my fingers crossed for Hubert Davis next year. So long to Caleb Love. I'm so happy that I'm not going to have to see his name or his jersey or his face on the basketball court anymore, because wherever he's playing, I'm not watching. So I'm shout out to him. Maybe I saw fucking they had a NBA G League game today where fucking Denzel Valentine was going on. I can see Caleb Love and Denzel Valentine being a great backcourt.
Oh, shit. Denzel Valentine. Yes. I guess getting no love on Valentine's Day.
That's it.
Yeah, bro. I like that. No love on Valentine's Day. I like that.
That's your goal right there, B.
Hey, that's a feature. Hey, that could be a feature episode name right there. You never know.
In fact, this have a like the face-off picture when it had John Travolta and Nick Cage, but just have Caleb Love and Denzel Valentine's face on there. Just do that.
Nah, it'd be like I don't have like a Step Brothers picture.
Hell damn.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, man, this was a great show, man. You know, man, appreciate you coming up out here, Lord. And unfortunately, you know, Tariq, he couldn't make it, but he was like still in our chat. So I know something had came up, but it was a great show, guys. But y'all would have gotten a shout out before we wrap this thing up.
Yeah, honestly, I think before we really get to shout outs, man, I think Lord, say if you don't mind, man, just tell the people, you know what, tell the people what you got going on, man. If you have, you know, your social medias, you know, ways to get in contact with you, man. Like I said, just let them know what you're up to, man. Like I said, if you still rocking the podcast, man. Like I said, let the people know, man, what's going on with you, my boy.
Yeah. I appreciate that, man. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to you guys here for providing me the opportunity to come on the show with you guys. You guys have been doing an awesome thing. Your chemistry together is amazing. The knowledge, the banter that y'all put out there is incredible. It's a great joy to watch it and actually be involved with it. So I really appreciate the invite. Hopefully I kept that vibe going. I didn't interrupt and mess that up too much or anything like that. You guys are incredible. Shout out to all the fans out there that support the movement. Hopefully they'll continue to support the movement on the Facebook and all the places you get podcasts. For me personally, man, hey, I'm out here, I'm grinding, I'm working. Me and my partner that we're hopefully trying to get back in sync, revitalize our podcast that we have, Cool Kids Dream in Color. So when we get that back going, hopefully, you know, you guys can shout out to us, show us some love on that.
Yeah.
Man.
My ass. If y'all still rocking. I was asking, man.
Yeah, man. So hopefully we'll bring that out we're working on that now, getting everything put back together. So as we get that information, we'll put that out there for you guys. Quick little shout out I wanted to put out there to my homeboy Aaron Sumo. He prints out a lot of shirts that we use for our podcast. A lot of people wearing them around town. He got Sumo Printing down there in Columbus, C-Town. So shout out to him and shout out to you guys. And then the last thing I want to shout out to the GOAT, man. Everybody knows who I'm talking about, man. I'm talking about number 30. I'm talking about JR. I'm talking about Julius Randle, the GOAT. New York. I thank you for bringing us back, baby. The guard is back. We're back alive. You know what I'm saying? He's running things. You know what I'm saying?
Jalen Brunson got y'all back.
Look, Jalen Brunson, he's the point guard, man. So shout out to him. Bing, bong. You know what I mean?
What about RJ Barrett? He don't get any love.
Damn.
Hey, look. I just want that nigga to keep his value up so we can flip him for Dame Lillard or Zion. Straight up.
I don't know. I might try to flip for Dame because Zion can't play a whole season. So. But that's another.
That's true. I'm down for Dame time. RJ Barrett, we just got too many left-handers on the team, man, and his decision making is crazy sometimes. You know what I'm saying? His defense is like out of this world in the worst way possible. You know, it's rough.
Caleb Love.
Nah, he better than that nigga.
he really is.
In college and in the bro, he been better than that nigga. Look, fuck it. Look, Bronny James is better than Caleb Love right now.
Amen.
Straight up.
Hey.
Right. That team, man.
Change my mind.
Bronny better than Caleb Love. Woo,
wow, bro.
Hey, Lloyd has definitely he knew the assignment. He definitely stuck to the theme of the podcast. That's definitely a big shout out to you for Lloyd, man. You definitely knew the assignment.
I appreciate that.
Yes. We definitely got to have it back on here next time too. So
Oh hell yeah, man.
Hey, whenever y'all need me, man, just put the bat signal out for me, man. I'm here, man. I promise.
All right.
Yes, sir. Especially when we get to the NBA playoffs, man. We definitely going to bring you back, man.
Which is coming up soon.
Exactly. So yeah.
Yep.
We definitely want to get you on that, man. But
NFL draft, you know.
Don't draft Bryce Young. He's too small. The nigga suck.
And there it is.
That's what she said.
Well. Oh damn, man! Shit! Shout out to the first rounders, man. I just gotta say, man.
Fuck yeah.
Shout out to the first rounders. Shout out to B. Shout out to you, King Leon. shout out to our boy Corporal Rivers, man. Like I said, I hate that you couldn't be with us, my brother, man, but you still kept the chat live. Hopefully, we'll definitely get you on next time. Yeah, next time, next time on screen. And again, thank you. Thank you to my boy Lloyd Clark, man, for definitely blessing us tonight, for the show. Like I said, you definitely didn't mess up the chemistry. You fit right on in, bro. You definitely fit right on in, man. And definitely gave, like I said, you gave the people what they wanted, man. Like I said, man. And of course, for anybody who appears on the show, like I said, you're now officially a fan of the show. You no longer be a guest. I'm a fan of the show, and like I said, man, you definitely, welcome anytime. And we're definitely going to get you on more times than not, man. And shit, man, we really need to get our merch game going again, man. It sends you a first round T-shirt.
Yeah,
but I think we definitely going to get that.
I need that.
Oh yeah, and of course,
I need to work that. I got to wear that first round of shirt while I'm in the booty club. You know that.
We need all the shine.
Hey! If there's any still open in Atlanta besides Magic City and Blue Flame,
I'm about to say Onyx Strokers.
Yeah.
Bro, honest, yeah. Yep.
But they gotta get their wings right, man. If the wings ain't on point, man, you're not gonna have the clientele like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's the way it works, man.
Absolutely. And of course, shout out to our listeners, man. Thank you for everybody who's with us live tonight, everybody who's on the chats. Thank you for everybody who's been with us since episode 1. Or if this is your first time joining us, just thank you for just supporting the movement. And as always, give us feedback, good, bad, or indifferent. Either way, we're going to make a better show. And hey, man. Just shout out to everybody who's making this happen.
Real talk. Yeah, Lloyd, shout out to you for coming on the show tonight, bro. It was a pleasure, for real. We're honored to be in presence, man, of greatness. That's cool. It's just cool to have kick shit and kick knowledge with other peers that listen to us, and contribute to the Facebook group and are stewards of us. We love that, man. So appreciate you for coming on tonight, for real.
Anytime, man.
Good talk. Double shout out to all the folks out there that's been listening. Shout out to Corporal Rivers for keeping the chat live and funny as hell too. And definitely keeping everything going, man. Shout out to you, William, of course, the founder, keeping it going with the sound effects tonight, man. Y'all understand? We love it.
Perfect.
We going up in bed. We up, man. That's dope. I can't wait to.
Today's price is not the same as yesterday's price.
Pat Joe said it best, man. Laughing our ass off with that, man. So it's so cool for that, man. So
that's what she said.
Exact. No, like I don't think folks know how much we're gonna be utilize the shit out of that. But yeah, man. Double shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that's been listening. All formats except for Pandora. And look, guys, I want to say this. If y'all not on Apple TV, jump on Apple TV. Like, all the best shows are on there right now, man. I'm watching this show called Shrinking with
Harrison Ford, George?
Yeah. So what?
You talking about the Harrison Ford?
Yeah, with Harrison Ford. My homegirl that was on one of the best shows I ever saw on HBO called Love Life. She's on there. I can't think of her name at the moment, but it's a funny ass show. Like this guy plays a shrink that does all the wrong things to his the people that comes to see him, but they like end up being working. So it's such a good ass show, and you got Ted Lasso on there, which is good. And there's a show with Octavia Spencer. Is Octavia Spencer? It's called Truth Be Told. She does a podcast. It's a show about her being in doing a podcast about these people that's been like wrongly accused, and it just goes wild. Like just check out Apple TV Theater, man, because they the bar besides HBO, and that's my thing.
Yes. Shout out to Caleb Love.
Shout out to Caleb Love, man.
Thank you,
Caleb. Thank you, man. Thank you. But in all seriousness, man,
best thing he's ever done for North Carolina.
Right. Nah, but make sure. Nah, but shout out to John Wick 4. That was a badass movie. I'm just saying. This shout out.
I still gotta see that joint.
Oh yeah,
It's a good one, man. It's a good one, man.
Rest in peace, Lance Riddick, man.
Yeah,
definitely rest in peace, Lieutenant Daniels.
Yeah. Like I said, this shout out to you guys. Shout out to my wife's podcast group, the Black Moms. You can check her out weekly as well. We have, well, that's not for us, for your wives, girlfriends, side pieces. You know how it is, and check out our venue, Occasions Atlanta, for y'all for any kind of birthday, weddings, etc. Check us out on that. Oh yeah, and this shout out to the we didn't really talk about Wrestlemania, but hopefully it should be a good show. You try to watch that, trying to figure out which gonna be better, day 1 or day 2, but yeah. So, but
why you do day 1?
Say what now?
I said I think it's gonna be watch the best one.
Day 1.
Yeah,
I think so too. Yeah, but it should be interesting to see what's going on. I heard that the Brew's supposed to be coming back, and I think Christian's gonna be there for what's the name? Khan gave Christian the thumbs up to do that. So that should be kind of dope.
Oh wow, I
heard about that. Yeah, I heard that online. I don't know if it's true or not, but
I heard about Gangrel coming back. I didn't realize. I didn't realize though that Christian.
That's gonna be day 1. That's gonna be
day 1. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, I'm thinking.
Wait, Gangrel still alive?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Hey, his theme song hit so damn hard, man. Yeah, I fuck with him, man.
Yeah, that shit went hard for real. But yeah,
they were vampire.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a great show. I'm thinking, but we'll talk more about that next week. And I think the Omar Chronicles. I think y'all gonna be doing the episode 2, aren't you? I think after the show.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Hopefully we can get up and give y'all a post WrestleMania breakdown.
Fingers crossed. But yeah, other than that, I ain't got nothing else, man. Y'all was, like I said, y'all was be great and have a great rest of this week. And we about to wrap this thing up, so peace.
Peace. Hold it down out there.